Alright, welcome to ConvertKit review. Today I'm very excited to talk about the email marketing tool ConvertKit that I use, and I'm going to show you around to some of the features that are very helpful as far as my email marketing. So first of all, once you sign up for ConvertKit, you will see this login option, and you could use this to log in. And if you are new user, you'll click on this Get Started button. And once you do that, you could see all different options that are available for your plan, and then you could select it based on your need. And then after that, you could come here, log in. And once you log in, what you could do is you'll see all these informations, and then it usually lands on the forms area, so you'll have to scroll down. After you scroll down, you'll click on the create a form option, and then you'll land on the form area, and you could create a landing page or a form, but for this I'm going to just select a form. So once you come into this page, you could modify this information to your particular call to action, and then you could modify these as well. And one neat thing is you could actually select the accent colors, button colors to your branding color. You could select different colors based on your branding. And then you could do the same thing with your button as well. And then once you do that, you could upload an image, you could update this information, and then modify this to add more details. And when you're done with this, you could go under settings, and this is where you would name the form. So I'm just going to name it test for this example, and then you could for this I'm just leaving it to default, just a form to embed to my site, and I prefer sending it to another thank you page that you have, maybe something that you created through lead pages, and you could enter that link here so that the information gets sent there, and also you could track all these individuals who are signing up to your list. And then you could also select sequence settings. So once you click on this, you could select sequence that fits with this form, and then go from there. And then incentive email, I usually just uncheck this. I select auto confirm and send subscribers data, but you could modify this if you want to do double opt-in. You could do that here, and then you could enter your thank you page if they're doing double opt-in. So I uncheck this, and then you could go under styles and select other options. But for our purposes, we don't need to do this. We just already selected this, so we don't have to worry about that. But this is another handy tool. You could come here and get the embed code. You could select JavaScript, raw HTML. You could even use WordPress, and you could use these informations to embed and integrate with other areas. So I use this, I go to raw HTML, and then I copy this and integrate it with lead pages. And then these are some of the form integrations. If you are sending this through Twitter, you could do that. So these are some of the options, but I don't use it that much. And then here you could duplicate it, delete it. So these are some of the options that you have for this form. So now that we're done with this form, what I'll do is I'll show you the view option, so you could actually see what your form will look like. And you may recall that we didn't save our changes, so it looks like the default option, but this will allow you to see what your form will look like to your users. And then after that, you could come here, create a sequence. click on the sequence button to create a sequence, and then we're going to name it test, and then create our sequence. Oops, I probably already named this, so we'll create our sequence, and then usually there's some information that get generated, and what you'll do is you'll modify this. So you'll probably have your emails pre-written, and then you could come here, enter the appropriate tag, and then paste in all your email data. And once you're done, you'll also update the email subject, and then delay the sending. I just recommend entering 0 if you want to send it right away, and then hit publish once you're done, and do this for all the sequences. And if you believe that there's a sequence that you don't need, you could just click on it like I did there and then delete it. So you might want to have 4-day sequence instead of 5 days. You could do that as well. And then if you feel that I want to send this email in the next day, you could just easily come here and add the sequence. And then once it does that, you could click Save All, and then go under Settings, and you could exclude subscribers. So if you don't want this sequence to be including subscribers that are not related to your particular audience, then you could do that in here. The next thing we're going to do is go under subscribers. And then when you come to the subscribers area, you could create a subscriber by manually adding them. You could also import subscribers by clicking on the import button. Click on the create a segment. And segments are very helpful if you want to combine your subscribers from different tags and sequences. But also it allows you to create separate lists for your separate audiences. The next thing I'll show you is creating a tag. You could click on the create a tag option, and then you could enter the information here. And tags are something that I use very heavily because I often would import users, and then I immediately tag them so that they get emails based on the automation that I have set up. So after this, I'm going to show you how to do automation. Once you come into the automation tab, you'll see this add rule in blue. What you could do is click on this button, and what you could do is, for example, if somebody's added to a tag, what you could do is select this and then click this so that they are subscribed to a sequence. And once you click on it, it will give you the options to select different tags. And as you set up all these automations, combinations, you could save the rule. So you could enter a link, for example, and then once they click on a link, you could add them to a tag that says clicked on such and such. But I'm going to cancel out of this and show you how to do broadcast. Broadcasts are very helpful when you want to create, you want to send emails to your entire list, you want to send emails to a specific list, you could do that here. So what you'll do is create new broadcasts, and then once you do that, you will click on the next step, and then go under next step. And you could schedule this to say you want to send this on February 21st. You could do that as well. So there you have it, review of ConvertKit. And if you would like to learn more about it, go to visempower.com/ConvertKit. And I highly recommend